Can a poor person become rich just by changing their habits? According to legendary investor Warren Buffett, the answer is a resounding yes. And we're not just talking about any old millionaire here. We're talking about the Oracle of Omaha himself, a man who's worth over $100 billion. So when he talks, you better believe we're all ears. Welcome to MoneyWise Investor, your trusted source for financial information. In this video, we'll dive into these life-changing habits that could change your financial life forever. These aren't just any habits. These are exact principles that Warren Buffett swears by. And let's be real, if a guy who started selling chewing gum door to door as a kid can become one of the richest people in the world, his advice is probably worth listening to. Billionaire Warren Buffett once told Bloomberg that everyone lives by their habits. Now, that's a pretty bold statement coming from a guy worth over $100 billion, but here's the thing. Some of these habits affect your health or personal life, but there are also those that directly impact your wallet. More often than not, people don't even notice the negative financial habits that time and time again deprive them of any chance of getting rich. It's like having a hole in your pocket and wondering why you're always broke. But here's the good news. Warren Buffett believes that you can't easily get rid of bad money habits, but you can easily replace them with good ones. This is the only way to increase your chances of becoming financially free. Now you might be thinking, okay, but how long will it take? I don't want to wait years to see results. Well, that's the best part. By following these habits consistently, you should see a massive change in your financial situation in just 6 months. That's right. 6 months from now, you could be well on your way to becoming rich. Before we jump into these habits, let's take a quick look at Buffett's success. This isn't just some random rich guy. Warren Buffett is a legend in the investing world. He is the CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, a company that owns a piece of pretty much everything you can think of, from Geico Insurance to Dairy Queen ice cream. And get this, if you had invested $1,000 in his company in 1965, you'd have over $20 million today. Yes, $20 million. So what's his secret? It's not luck. And it's not some get-rich-quick scheme, it's all about habits. Buffett is big on consistency, discipline, and strategic thinking. These aren't just buzzwords, they're the foundation of his wealth. And the best part? You can adopt these same habits starting today. Habit number 1, smart spending. Ever looked at your bank statement at the end of the month and wondered, where did all my money go? You're not alone. Most people spend way more money than they need to on things that they don't really want or need. This is what Buffett calls dumb spending. But here's a little secret. Reducing unnecessary expenses is like giving yourself a raise without asking your boss. It's money you already have. You're just choosing to keep it instead of spending it on stuff that doesn't matter. Let's break it down. Take a look at your last few bank statements. See all those subscriptions you barely use? The takeout meals when you have food at home. The brand name products when the generic ones are just as good. That's all money that could be in your savings account, making you richer every day. So, how do you fix this? It's simple. Start by tracking your expenses, every single one. You can use an app or just write it down in a notebook. Once you see where your money is going, you'll be shocked. Then make a budget. But not just any budget, a smart budget. A smart budget is all about priorities. You need a place to live, food to eat, and utilities. Those come first. But do you need the premium cable package with 500 channels you never watch? Probably not. Cut it. That designer coffee every morning. Make it at home. You'll save a fortune. The key here is to distinguish between needs and wants. Needs keep you alive and functioning. Wants are everything else. And here's a Buffett pro tip. Before you buy something that's not a need, wait 24 hours. If you still want it after a day, then consider buying it. You'll be amazed at how often you forget about it. Now you might be thinking, but I work hard. Don't I deserve to treat myself? Absolutely. But treats should just be that, treats, not everyday occurrences. Save the splurges for when you hit a financial goal. It'll feel so much better. Habit number 2, making your money work for you. Okay, so you've cut your dumb spending. Great. But if you just let that extra cash sit in your checking account, you're missing out on one of the most powerful forces in the universe. No, not the force from Star Wars. We're talking about compound interest. Einstein called compound interest the 8th wonder of the world. And this is the guy who understood the fabric of space and time. So, what's the big deal? Well, when you invest your money, it doesn't just sit there. It grows. And then the growth grows. And then the growth's growth grows. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill, getting bigger and bigger. Let's say you invest $100 and get a 7% return. After a year, you have $107. But in the second year, you're not just earning 7% on your original $100. You're earning it on $107. So now you have $114.49. It might not sound like much, but give it 10, 20, or 30 years, and you'll be amazed. Now, you might be thinking, but I don't know anything about investing. Isn't it risky? It can be, but it doesn't have to be. Warren Buffett, the guy we've been talking about, actually recommends something super simple for most people: index funds. An index fund is like buying a tiny piece of hundreds or even thousands of companies all at once. Instead of trying to pick the next Amazon or Apple, you're betting on the growth of the entire market. And historically, over the long term, the market goes up. But what if you're starting with almost nothing? That's okay. The magic of compound interest works even better when you start early. So if you invest just $50 a month starting at 25 with a 7% return, you'll have over $100,000 by 65. Start at 35 and you'll have less than half that. The key is consistency. It's not about timing the market. It's about time in the market. Warren Buffett didn't get rich by making a few lucky bets. He invested consistently, year after year. You can do the same, even if you're starting with your coffee savings. Habit number 3, working in unusual conditions. Now, this advice from Buffett might seem a bit odd. The billionaire is a big fan of assessing global market situations, while sitting in a McDonald's, rather than his cushy office chair. What's that about? Buffett says, "I always associate money with big problems, which in turn need to be solved. To do that, you always have to be able to look at things from a different angle." Take Albert Einstein, for example. In 1905, he published 4 papers that turned physics on its head. He rewrote our understanding of space, time, and matter. And where was he when he did this? Not in a fancy lab or university. He was working at the Swiss Patent Office. Working in this different environment let him think outside of the box of traditional physics. When your working conditions are different from most people in your field, you can draw unexpected conclusions and combine ideas from different fields. Now you might be wondering, what does this have to do with me getting rich? Everything. Think about it. If you read what everyone else reads, you'll think like everyone else. And if you think like everyone else, you won't come up with anything new or unique. So, mix it up. If you're in finance, don't just read finance blogs. Read about biology, history, art. You never know where the next big idea will come from. If you usually work at a desk, try a coffee shop or a park. New surroundings can spark new thoughts. And when it comes to money-making ideas, look where others aren't looking. Everyone's chasing the next big tech stock. But maybe there's a boring, undervalued company in an unsexy industry that's a gold mine waiting to be discovered. Remember, Buffett made billions by investing in things like insurance and railroads. Not exactly glamorous, but incredibly profitable. Be curious, seek out what others ignore. That's where the real opportunities lie. None of these habits are complex. They don't require a finance degree or a rich family. All they need is your commitment. Commit to these habits for the next 6 months. Track your progress. You'll be amazed at how your financial life transforms. Remember, Buffett didn't become a billionaire overnight. It was his consistent, disciplined approach to these habits that made him rich. And in just 6 months of following these habits diligently, you'll be amazed at how much your financial situation can improve. If you found value in this video, do us a huge favor. Hit that like button and share the video with someone who needs to hear this. Because remember, the more people we can help get on the path to financial freedom, the better off we all are. And hey, if you want more wisdom like this, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way, you'll never miss out on the strategies and insights that could make you rich. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay money-wise.